Yeah, tattoos. We're gonna talk about coffee first, and then we're gonna talk about what we're on. And then we're gonna talk about we're live right now. Right now, right now.
Right now.
All right, live from the basement. This is Ray in the building.
Artist DIY, you already know what's up.
Abstract Bray putting it down.
Kenny K.
We had technical difficulties. Oh yeah, that's right. We're doing this new thing. We're gonna redo that live from the basement. It's Ray in the building. You can check me out on Instagram. It's Kid Ray _ Ray B.
So mine is at Artist DIY.
Abstract Kingdom, know it is.
I don't even use mine yet, so
Don't
I don't
worry
have
about it.
time for that.
And then we got the tech guys in the background. We got DJ Death and AZNmike killing it on the screens. And we're streaming live from Cafe Brazil in Deep Ellum, y'all.
Yeah, man. Having a good time. Getting coffee drunk. Yeah, man. I already drank like 2 cups and I'm like already feeling like a little jittery. Ray over here like talking to Malamini just a minute ago.
Let's switch these out because this one picked up a lot better. So
Okay. Well, we're fixing to switch out the mics. Give us 1 sec.
There we go.
That took forever.
Ooh,
It
man.
took us so long to do. That was so complicated.
So yeah, we I had a cup and a half and I'm kind of jittery myself. Look at that Cafe Brazil, if you can see that. But this is this is the place where that I'm getting the coffee from for my show that's coming up. That's Coffee and Donuts, y'all. Check it out. So that's happening October 10th. That's this Saturday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. or 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. My bad. I'm trying to end the show early. And and we got free coffee and donuts. These prints themselves, the ones we have on the table, were screen printed with coffee. Check that shit out, right? It's a secret process, taught to me from my family way back when, passed down from one Chinaman to a Japanese man to my Uncle Leroy, and then my Uncle Leroy gave it to my daddy, and then my daddy, I stole it out of his linen closet.
Hey, is that Bruce Leroy?
Yeah, but it's Bruce Leroy, and we made it happen though. But yeah, they actually smell like coffee. So if you find them around you, it's somewhere in the city. If you're here in Dallas, you can smell them, and they smell like Colombian dark roast from Folgers. Because the best part of waking up is Folgers on your flyer.
And y'all are gonna look weird just walking into places,
big asses,
sniffing,
big old asses.
They're gonna be looking at you crazy.
Jose was trying to hand signal me. I lost what he was trying to do. Oh, it's Colombia. What about Colombian ass? Oh, Colombian ass. Okay, that's what Colombia is known for, is asses and coffee. It's beautiful. Ain't it cocaine too?
Yeah, but we're forbidden to talk about that.
All right, we're not gonna talk about it. I'm sorry, Colombian people. If y'all are watching, we're talking about Coca-Cola cane.
Coca-Cola cane.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola used to have cocaine.
Yo, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, sure does.
They still use cocaine, but it has to be processed in a certain way, and it's strictly monitored.
Damn.
Fun fact of the day.
I know, right?
He made me use my brain when I didn't want to.
That's cool. But yeah, man, if y'all coming out to the show, this is the 3rd show. This is our annual show. We're making it happen. Somebody hit him with the flyer one more time. Bam. One more time. There you go. So pick that up. Yo, I actually signed the back of those, and not those, but some of the ones that are around, they are signed and designed by me. So you're actually getting a piece of art with your flyer, so you don't have to throw this one away. You can keep it. And we're gonna have it at the Basement Gallery. Oh yeah,
basement.
At the
You already know where
Basement
that's
Gallery.
at.
It's 115 South Beckley Avenue.
Oh, that's how you know he's a vet. He knows the address
by heart.
By heart.
People were asking me man, what's the address? And I was like, 115 South Beckley Avenue, Dallas, Texas 75203.
He just said it wrong, but yeah, it's 115.
Yeah. You know what I meant. It's the coffee, man. It's the coffee. 115.
He's talking ahead of himself.
Yeah. It's good
some
coffee.
Yeah, they have all kinds of flavors here, man.
They do have
good.
yeah.
What flavors are you gonna have?
I think we're gonna do the hazelnut and their house blend.
Okay, sounds good. Is that like a darker the house blend?
The house, yeah, I think the house blend's like a darker roast coffee. The hazelnuts kind of is a sweeter version. It's pretty good.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be dope. We
Should get nachos. Ken says he's buying us nachos. That's all I heard.
Oh yeah. I'll give you some ends on it, but I'm too full right now. Damn coffee. Yeah. But yeah. What else we got to do in the show? We will be serving free coffee and donuts. I know I probably said that already. We will all be there.
Yeah.
All the art for the show is coffee and donut related. So it's like everything is coffee and donut themed. So from like donut sculptures to coffee painted paintings, we're gonna have a little bit of everything out there. And I also plan to get this coffee ale. So it's a beer made here in Dallas that tastes exactly like coffee. I know. It's just legit.
From where?
From we're hopefully Oak Cliff Beer and Wine if they carry it.
Yeah, but like who makes the beer?
Oak Cliff Coffee Roast. It's their coffee beans.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
And Deep Ellum Brewery are the ones who brew it.
So it's Deep Ellum.
Yeah,
Okay.
Deep Ellum
Cool,
makes
cool.
it, but they get the beers, they get the beans right here in Oak Cliff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
No, just sit over there sit on that side with Ken, yeah. So you get the microphone. Yeah. Come on,
Braylon's feeling a little sad that he's not on the
I
mic.
can't hear.
He's feeling left out, so he's
No, don't move the chair. Just sit over there. Just go around.
Wah.
Everybody's watching you do this.
Look, he's
Everybody's watching you do this.
frowny face.
Just get over there. Bro, just sit right there. See, this is what we got to deal with. Just sit over there. We're not gonna go until you move. So everybody's just gonna watch. We're gonna watch it.
Everybody.
Somebody turn the camera on, Braylon.
Yeah, turn the camera on.
This ain't Netflix and chill. This is podcast and talk.
Podcast and stuff. So he's trying to have sex with one of y'all.
There we go. Now you can swap it back and forth.
There you go, Brandon.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, how
man.
you doing?
How you doing, sir?
Yeah.
What do you got
Say
going
hello.
on?
Say hello.
Oh, look at him, frowny face. It's okay, bro.
He's like, damn. You can relaxation with your coffee. What you drinking anyway?
Nah, he's like extra relaxed. He just ate a big meal.
He did.
So he's like,
What? What'd you have? What'd you have for me?
Chicken fried steak and eggs.
How was it?
It was okay, it wasn't nothing too special, but it was all right.
You think it wasn't special? What wasn't special about it? Have you had chicken fried steak before?
I never had chicken fried steak.
What kind of chicken fried steak you done had?
I had the granny chicken fried steak.
Uh,
Of course you got the first chicken fried steak. You got the chicken.
but I feel like those are like chain meals. You know what I mean? Like Cafe Brazil is a chain, but it's not like a big old corporate chain. It's like mom and pop chain. So the chicken fried steak is like kind of a signature dish for them. And Furs and all those other places are like, it's probably like pre-made, and then they just toss it in the.
It still be good
Yeah. I grew up on that chicken fried steak.
though. I went there every Sunday.
every Sunday.
That's what I look forward to on Sunday.
That is funny. So that was like a family tradition that y'all did?
It was family, but it wasn't too much family. It was like
It wasn't
after
too
a
much
long
family.
church, after a long church, long day of church, it was like you had to have something to eat. And of course, everybody's like, okay, thank God bless America.
Hey.
God bless the church.
How long did your church go for?
I
Is it
was
like the traditional 6-hour church or?
It was the traditional, it went on for a very long damn time, and then you had to get out. And it was like, when your feet start hurting, you can move it in front of me. I know, but I don't like to.
Yeah, we got. Yeah, we have to.
I think you gotta lean up and down with the mic.
Yeah.
That guy's getting angry.
And they're like, talking to the mic, we can't hear you. But yeah, no, it's all good. That actually gonna help us segue into the thing that we're gonna talk about today. Weird ass family rituals that what you don't think was weird at the time, but then when you bring them into the regular world with regular people, it's weird. Like Like my pops, he walks around the house naked. Like that's it. That's what he does. I didn't think that was weird. I was telling everybody he's been doing that since I was like a kid. So I'm so used to him, like walking in the room.
Like balls out naked.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Like
that is a little weird.
Yeah, it wasn't weird to me because we're used to it. It was like sometimes he's like modest and shit. He'll try to be like, oh, it's like try to cover himself with like a little pillow, but the ass still be like out, so he's still walking around. And I didn't think that was weird. And then like a friend of mine was telling us, we were sitting around talking about shit like that, and she was like, "Oh yeah, my folks walk around, naked. It's not a big deal. Don't everybody's parents walk around naked?" And everybody was looking at her like, "Hell no!" And I was like, "Mine does." And she's like, "I thought everybody's parents did that shit." And then she just had that light bulb, like, "Oh shit, I'm the weird one. Like my family's weird." Like, no, you're not by yourself. My dad does this shit. But I told y'all before, like my pops then went outside with the pillow trying to get the mail, and he was butt ass naked, just the pillow in front, ass still out, trying to reach around the door to grab the mail and shit.
That's funny as hell.
It didn't quite work out for him. But yeah, y'all don't have any shit like that?
I don't know. My family's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have something. It's just like you said, you don't know it's weird.
Yeah, somebody points it out, yeah.
I think the weirdest thing would have to be, I used to be part of this church, and all our male friends be initiated by my mom, and she was passionate to beat them up.
Your mom would do this?
Oh, my mom was like the man of the house.
See, that's brutal.
Like this one football player, he was like the quarterback. He was a big guy. Like when he was a baby, they had to give him steroids. That big. And he shot my mom one time. She took him down. He wasn't feeling good afterwards. She got a lot of respect, and that was the tradition of my house. So if you were big, in the family, you had to be taken down by my mom.
And mom had to tackle him. That is kind of weird. Did they feel like that was weird when they?
Loved it. Except for the more like feminine guys.
Oh no, it's the camera. Rock just sat down in front of the camera, y'all. My bad.
You gotta sit next to us, right? I don't bite, man.
So she was like, boom.
Nah, he's having like a little.
All right, you just came in, yo. This is Rocky Mendez, y'all. Say what's up, Rock.
How you doing? I'm Rocky Mendez. Where am I supposed to be looking into?
Wherever. I mean,
this guy right here.
Or to us,
Okay,
or it don't matter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tell them where you hail from, like where you just come from.
I am just coming from work. We went in at 2, closed at 9. Had to get everything shut down, I work at Goldust Tattoos and Fine Art. It's on Lower Greenville. Yeah, that's where I work.
Cool.
Yeah. So right, you came in on our early topic where your family. We were talking about family rituals or traditions or whatever.
Family rituals?
Yeah, like family rituals or like traditions that's like kind of weird. Like what's yeah, well, because I was telling them like my pops walks around naked. That's what he does. We all know that's what he do. It ain't a problem.
I have a cousin named Rodrigo who walks around and he does this thing.
Yeah, like the fuzz, like it's like, hey.
Like just be walking around.
Did you always think that was like normal? Was that?
No, I noticed it stood out to me since I was a kid.
Yeah.
That's something that I remember.
You're just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, was it like at some? Did he do it at some special like football game or like?
I don't know. Like it's like when he's about to get up out of character.
That is kind of weird. Oh shit. that is. Yeah. And see, we were talking about like really no one ever notices it. It's weird until somebody else points it out. Like, yo, that's kind of funky. Like what? Mm-hmm. What about?
Man, I can't even think of anything right now, man. It's like I can't, man. And then like I don't want to like call anybody out, like
Because they're watching Lola. Yeah, you did. You have any more, kid?
Sure.
Like maybe Eric had done something weird that it wasn't weird at first, and then you're like, "What the hell are you doing?"
I'm sure there's something. I come from a really weird. We talk to our animals, but I think that's more common than people think. We like animals more than people. Remember, we let them sleep on the bed. They sit with us. Uh, I'm sure there's something. I just can't think about it. Like my whole family's really weird. We're not normal people.
What about you, Mike? Agent Mike. Mike, what about you? You got any weird ones? Cultural traditions that was pointed out like weird. yeah. Like, all y'all being modest, man. I know y'all got something that y'all just don't want to talk about. Jose, what about you? You doing your family weird shit that you just, man? What the hell? Really?
I mean, the only thing I could think of is like my brother would like bully me, like.
But that's
bad.
not. But that's like
I'm talking about like he stabbed me before. He shot me with the BB gun.
I got shot
He,
with the
yeah, man, he shot me in my chest. It was
I'm-
like fucked up and it hurt. I remember crying.
The level of violence is weird, but I hear that is something that is weird about me. I hear like most like siblings are like aggressive towards each other. Like
But that bad?
Not that bad. I don't think.
Hey, one day he threw a what do you call that? A barbecue fork in my foot. Yeah,
Your brother. Are you, is this the brother that was on the show?
yeah.
You let him onto your show after that?
This happened a long time ago, man.
I don't
You have
know.
to kind of let him on the show, you know.
All right. It's
'Cause
like,
then
I'm
that
scared if I
barbecue
don't.
fork might come back. But with my family, I think the weirdest thing that people might find weird about my family is me and my brother were best friends since the age of like 6. We didn't fight. We didn't do any of that. And I'll watch Grizzle's family. They're fighting all the time. I'm like, what's wrong with you people? They're just like, oh, that's my sister. Blah, blah, blah. They're just angry and aggressive towards each other. It's like, don't you guys realize? See, you guys aren't thinking. They're like, what? Combine your powers, man. And you can take down your parents. You can take down anyone. That's what me and my brother figured. We were bowling one day. If we stop picking on each other, we pick on them. That's how we win.
It's better to team up, huh?
Yeah, like it never worked out like that for me and my sister. It was brutality. Like she fucking, not that she, like, it was funny because she would pick on me like hardcore. She's 2 years older than me. She would pick on me, but if anybody else picked on me, yo, she'd be whooping some ass. Like it's crazy that she was like, nah, fuck that. I'm the only one that can fucking kick your ass. Who did this? I remember one time I got into it with somebody at school. And she was going to high school. I was in middle school, and she heard about it. She was up there to pick me up. Like she walked up there to pick me up. I don't know how the hell she heard about it. Who told her? High school's like up the street though, so it made some kind of way. She got there and she was just like, "Who did what? Show me where they at. Where they at? Where they at?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know where they are." She's like, "No, just stop fucking crying. Where are they?" And it was real. Like we went on a manhunt for at least 30 minutes trying to find these dudes. Like. But yeah, it's cool though. Yeah, it's cool. I guess but I don't know if that's too weird. Like I think siblings do that a
I
lot.
guess not.
Braylon, you got any weirdness? Like your sisters ever did anything weird that you thought was just normal? Oh,
My sister used to be able to fart on command. Holy shit! It was just like something weird. She was like couldn't have been more than 8 or 9, maybe.
What?
Like, farting on command. It was weird.
Like would she do like little dances with it before she did it? Like
she would like, yeah, she'd like step like in a doorway. She'd come in and like, just let one out.
say, that's for you, bro.
Yeah, I
for
hope she's
you.
watching.
Yeah.
I just let her business out.
Like now you know. I wonder if
Tag her,
is she
you know?
still able to do that? Like,
I don't know. Maybe. It'd be cool if she did.
Yeah. That's fucking hot. What about you, Braylon? Show promo again. Shameless, selfless promo. What about you, Braylon? No weirdness? Your moms or like your pops or anybody?
Oh, you coming back?
He oh, there's a black dude.
I don't want to interrupt. Well, my sister, when I was a little kid, she used to do some. She has a weird temper tantrum. So basically in elementary, the teacher got mad at her. She got mad at the teacher, so she took off her shoe and she threw it at the teacher. I literally just took it off and just The teacher luckily had like reflexes like George Bush at the time, so she kind of weaved it, and it was good. But it is like she was just like do random crazy stuff like that. Of course, she got beat later on. Mom crucified her, literally crucified like Jesus Christ. So yeah, I told you about that story. Oh man, so my sister was always like one of them kids that always get into trouble all the time. She was one of the kids that was like she really didn't respect authority, and so when she got to school. So when she got to school, a teacher told her she had to sit down. And she's like, I don't have to sit down. I don't even sit down in my own house. My mom don't even tell me to sit down. I sit down when I want to sit down. And I guess the teacher didn't want to. She's like, she said, sit down before I call the principal. And, principal's like back in the day, no one cared about the principal. The only thing you could get is just like a paddle, and that would be about it. So she can't know. She's like, she just got off the shoe and just threw it at her. And then my mom came and said, she did what? She threw the shoe at the teacher. She's like, it was my shoe. I didn't want it anymore, so I threw it at the teacher. And then the teacher's like, of course she went home. My mom gave her, they talked to her like, I don't take care of this. I didn't know when she said take care of this. I didn't know what type of take care of this mean, but she meant like crucify Jesus Christ. Bible take care of this. So she went home. She told her to strip down, get butt ass naked. I mean down to what just when you came out the womb clothes. So then she got the belt. She had she usually only use one belt. She got 3 belts so she can tie it to the bed frame. So she wasn't able to try to run. So she was trying to beat the exorcism out of my sister. So she tied her down with 3 belts. Actually 4 belts. She got the 2 on the one side, 2 on the top, and 2 on the bottom for the legs and the arms, so she couldn't move. So she got them butt naked. Literally tied her. Yeah. She crucified him. She crucified, and then she just I watched that for a good 2 or 3 hours, just getting whipped. 2 or 3 hours.
I mean, she hung her on the cross.
2 or 3 hours.
That's not the same thing.
Ass whipping.
That's like child abuse.
Yeah, it's borderline. Yeah,
it's borderline.
That's child abuse. That's not borderline. That's child abuse.
I think that's like child abuse. I think that's technically child abuse.
No, but that's how you discipline. Yeah. You gotta go. You gotta discipline that way at that time.
All right, let's just pray that Braylon never has kids and he crucifies his kids.
I think her mom just went back to the simpler times of discipline tactics.
Back to the 1800s on her ass.
Before Christ, the BC era, and she's just like, you know what? I'm gonna take your ass back to Jesus.
biblical time.
Yeah.
Satan be gone.
That old biblical ass whooping. It was legendary. It was. That sucks, man. I'm sure your sister remember that ass whooping till this day.
We all remember that.
Yeah. The whole family remembers. His uncle remembers that ass.
So that was the day when I learned that no, you just don't test it. I let my sister try out all the doing the craziness and see how far I would have to go before I got that ass whooping. She was the oldest, so so you let her. She went and trial I don't want the crucify. I make you take maybe the Matthew or but I can't take the crucify. That was just too much.
So you knew.
Beat her so hard that the whole family felt it. That's crazy.
And she made us watch. So we were sitting in chairs. We watched as she got her ass beat. So to let us know this is the example. So I wanted to try to do
She's being your sister for you.
Yes, she was a rebel in our whole family.
Man, you need to tell your sister thank you for taking that ass whooping for you.
We tell her every day, man, remember that crucified when you got crucified? She's like, yeah, I remember that. My ass was hurt for the next 2 years. I still felt it. I feel like she said she woke up one time, she thought she was getting ass because she felt it the pain was still there. She said, I was like, it's okay, it's okay. I was like, it was one of those situations where
post-traumatic syndrome, man. Damn, coming back worse than the military, man.
It did her well. Now she's really doing good. She lives in Hawaii right now, and she's living on her own. So it's definitely, the ass whooping was definitely beneficial to her upbringing into the new world.
Dang, that was the only way she felt she could escape was going across seas, man.
Well, that's the only place where the ass whooping won't come back and return.
That's messed up. Real, I don't even know how to segue away from that. But we gonna keep it moving. All right, so we brought Brother Rock for a reason because we were wanting to talk about tattooing and some of the do's and don'ts. I remember Rock, you was telling us a while back off the air about the house tattoos. How that you've done a few, right?
I always feel a little hypocritical maybe because I did do the house tattoos and I did it for a while, but it was a tougher industry to get into. I think it's still pretty tough to get into. A lot of people don't make it. Like they kind of, they start an apprenticeship, but then they don't finish it. I know a few people that have done that.
Do they really make you like? Because I've heard stories of like dudes having to fill out like sketchbooks of like 500 butterflies,
Yeah, man,
600 butterflies,
yeah.
and they just throw the books away.
Most definitely. Mine wasn't that strict, but the process, like in the process of getting it, it was like he would. I apprenticed for Gerald Garcia. He's the owner of Last Angels Tattoos, which is on Greenville as well. I apprenticed for him, and when I first approached him, he would give me kind of like the maybe. He kind of gave me a bit of information. But when he finally did, like, say, okay, I'm gonna bring you on, but it's gonna take some time because he had another apprentice. He would basically just a little bit closer. He would basically he would send me away pretty much. He'd have me go home and draw. He'd be like, come back in a couple weeks, bring some of your drawings, and we'll just keep doing that. And for like about a good 3 or 4 months, that's how it kind of went. Like I'd go home and and I had another job, so I'd stay up till like 2 or 3 in the morning drawing. I have to get up by 7 to be at my regular job, which wasn't a difficult job, but it was still, work nonetheless. And for a few weeks like that, that's how it went, man. I just go home and draw, take him my drawings. He'd tell me, he'd critique them, and then he'd send me back. He'd be like, okay, come back and see me later.
Yo, so it's like some ancient kung fu Shaolin tradition. Like you want to learn.
If you get into like Japanese type, apprenticeships, like you're technically not considered an artist until like your mentor like retires or passes away.
What?
You will always be his, his apprentice.
So
you'd always be under him. So you almost take under the mantle. Like there's like the Horiyoshi teacher apprentice thing.
Yeah.
They're like on Horiyoshi 3. So there's only been 3 Horioshis. It's
that
almost like they passed the name on as well. Like
What?
it's pretty interesting stuff,
That's
man.
some dope shit.
It's pretty interesting stuff.
That's
But it almost has to be like, because you're passing something on. It's almost like a tradition or something. It can be considered a tradition as well, because you're passing something on to somebody else that in turn they're gonna pass on to somebody else. So
that's dope, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything like that.
Does it ever like change, like when it passes on? Like does the style pretty much stay the same, or does each artist add a little bit?
I would
to
say
it?
so. I mean, if the person is like a true artist before, because I like to think like there are tattooers and then there are tattoo artists. Like a tattooer can tattoo anything and do it well, but it'd be something that you pick up off the wall or something like Flash, and then there are tattoo artists who will, maybe you come in with a portrait or something and they're like, well, can I get creative with this portrait? And how creative can I get with this portrait? So it's not just a recreation of an image. It's a recreation, but you're adding your own flair, your own creativity to it. So it feels more like an artistic piece as opposed to just copying something, So
That's legit. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Have you ever given bad tattoos?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. We were just talking about it at the shop, like just stuff that when I was tattooing out of my house, like which would kind of brings us back to what you talked about earlier. There are some tattoos that I probably should not have been doing. Yeah, I will, and I'm very, very grateful to the people who
loan their skin.
Although they probably did it because they wanted, cheap tattoos, and I wasn't charging anything. I was just trying to learn. So, but I'm very grateful to that. But yes, I have done.
Have you seen some recently? Like some of the
as recently as maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago, I saw a dragon cover-up thing that I was doing out of my house, which I hate doing cover-ups. Nowadays, I don't like doing them at all.
Right.
So why I was doing them back then, I have no idea. But no, man, it's definitely.
Did they
probably have done
were they
some bad
still
ones.
like, hell yeah, that's still badass?
And
like,
that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, people will tell you that your work is good. Like, maybe they might think that it's good, or maybe they're afraid to tell you that
it was bad.
that it's a bad tattoo. So you get a lot of
They
that.
just want to psych themselves out that they don't have a shitty tattoo on.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Yeah.
Does everybody have tattoos? Like who?
Yeah.
Everybody here have
I think
tattoos?
We all do, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's got tattoos.
if I get a shitty tattoo, I'm gonna be like, "Where's my money?"
You would definitely have every right to, like, you know.
Is there a return policy on tattoos? Like, can you do that?
Man, I've never been nobody's ever tried to like return a tattoo. Like,
I was like,
I'm gonna need to return this. There's no real warranty on it.
so like, so if I had a bad tooth, can I just redo it over? Can you do it over for me?
There's a few
Or-
options. I can come back in and rework it.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I'm like, this tattoo, this isn't what you like said it would be, I'd be like, can we do this? And I'd try to like work with it.
Man, the way I feel about it is that if you're gonna go get a tattoo, you should do your own research, and you should have never asked for a refund because it's your own damn fault if we get a sucky tattoo.
I don't know.
That's in my opinion,
sometimes
though.
I did a lot of research to get my tattoo. My mom did a lot of research because she was all paranoid. We got in there. They were whiny bitches the whole time.
Research the artist.
Research. Well, that's what we did.
There is a lot of that. I'm not gonna lie. Like artists, they get like kind of like that rock star attitude type thing.
Like they don't want to do it.
They don't want to do it.
Like the
It's-
tribal thing. What's the problem with that? Like, dude, there used to be like at Elm Street, right next door.
Yeah.
They used to have a sign like, "We don't do tribal, no bitching, no whining," and I'm like, why? What? Why? Yeah.
That's what they want.
I think a lot of that is a lot more old because Elm Street has obviously been there for a pretty long time. I think that's more of an old school type of mentality or way of being. I think more artists nowadays, you see a lot of people who have like graphic arts like majors that are doing tattoos, like and they're doing some legit like badass artwork. It's no longer just like I said, the coming in and picking flash. You can go and ask somebody for a custom tattoo now, and they'll execute it pretty well. So
Have you ever seen a was there a tattoo that you've gotten yourself that you regretted?
yeah, I've had one covered up. I had some script done at this guy's house on my forearm. It was I was drunk, of course. I threw up after the tattoo was finished.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. That's the only cover I've ever gotten though. Everything else, like I have other tattoos that I regret getting, but I'm just gonna keep them. Like,
yeah.
they're part of the story,
Yeah.
So
What
they're there.
about y'all? Any of y'all got something y'all regret getting?
I think I regret all the tattoos that I have because I was drunk and I was with Ray, so it was like you just do it. Come on, just do it. So
Ray's like, seize the day.
yeah, seize the day, get a shitty tattoo, and get charged a lot for it.
In my defense, he has been talking about getting the tattoo for the longest time, and he was like, "I think I know what I'm gonna get. We get the script on my arm," and I was like, "Well, fucking, let's go." And he's like, "I don't know." Like, bro, let's just go. We're
Just
not
do
doing
it,
anything
yeah.
else. Like,
Just do
I
it.
know this tattoo went to Lucky's over here. I was like, I know this shop. They do pretty good stuff. Let's go over there. And he's like, all right, well, let's go check it out. And then the dude said, yeah, we can do this. Quote him price. I was like, yeah, bro, let's fucking do it. And he's like, all right, well, we're gonna do it. Because when the dude was saying to put it somewhere else, and you wanted to do it somewhere else, and he's like, why don't you just do it like on the inner part of your arm because it's long ways or some shit. And yeah, but then y'all start talking in Spanish and y'all lost my ass. And so I don't know. So whatever choices he made from then on,
all on you, huh?
I didn't know. I was like, oh. But yeah, after he came to, he's like, Ray, why'd you let me get that? I was like, that's what you wanted. Like,
Hey, at least it wasn't tribal.
yeah,
it was
it's
tribal.
true. It wasn't.
Yeah.
There wasn't.
What's tribal? What?
There's different forms of tribal. There is like like you've seen the Rock's tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
That would be considered a tribal tattoo, but he comes from a legit tribe. Like he's Samoan. He's half Samoan. So it's like part of his culture.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's tribal, like I call it Tommy Lee tribal, like Motley Crue type tribal. That like the pointy stuff, and I mean it can look really good if it's done well. But a lot of times people don't really take into account like the way the body flows. Like, say you get under your arm, your shoulders here, the way your arm is attached, shoulder, bicep, tricep. If you get it to flow naturally with the flow of the body, it looks really, really nice.
Is it tribal hard to maintain that over a period of time? Does the tribal kind of line
No,
start to go?
it's solid black packing, which is why a lot of artists don't like doing it. It's just very monotonous work, and it's just not very for me at least. I can only speak for myself. It's hard to get amped up for something like that. I'm excited to do this. I may think it's a cool design, but it's not really what I love to do. So it's just a little bit harder to get amped up for it. I treat it the same though, with the same respect that I would any other tattoo, you know. It's going on somebody's body, and you don't want to, bullshit the customer
That's
either.
what I got on my arm. It's my own artist emblem, but it is technically tribal because I like to do tribal at the time. But when I got it, the people were bitching and whining the whole time, and I saw the wine, no whining or you don't get your money back. And I was like, do I get my money back if you're gonna whine the whole time?
That's a lot of the. It's a lack of customer service at the end of the day. We are in the service industry. We're providing a service to people. It may not be what you like doing, but don't be an asshole about it either.
I'm like,
you don't
I
have to
paid
be a jerk.
$200. It's my 20th birthday at the time, and you're gonna bitch to me about it. But they didn't even tell me what I needed to put on my arm.
That's just bad customer service, man. You went to a shitty artist, pretty much.
Yeah.
Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I was just about to
in
say.
moderation, because we are at Cafe Brazil.
Okay.
Thank you, Cafe Brazil. And moderation. But I was gonna say, like, so what should you put on a tattoo? Like, because I know some artists have different ways, and then I've heard other artists say, don't put nothing on it and let it heal naturally.
There's so many different ways, and at the end of the day, you're gonna kind of do what works best for you. I typically instruct my clients to do what I do, pretty much. You get dial antibacterial soap. You have to make sure it's liquid. I usually just go with the standard gold dial. Aquaphor, which is an antibiotic ointment, and fragrance-free lotion at the end. So what you do is you wash your hands first, then in warm to hot water.
The first accident.
The first accident of the show.
A little bit of coffee.
Got coffee on his coffee print.
Yeah.
Just went through coffee for
Makes me like coffee.
Keep on talking, right?
I'm just waiting,
We're doing good, y'all. We just got a little coffee on coffee action over here.
Can we?
It's okay, guys. Sometimes coffee mistakes happen. When coffee mistakes happen,
After these messages,
you got to keep
we'll
it
be
going.
right back.
While we're during this time, the intermission
This is what
time,
happens. This is what happens when you go live. We were in some really good conversation,
and then
and Ray had to mess it all up.
he does, that's usually what happens. Ray gets he gets a little too gets ahead of himself, and he just can't control
It's because
himself.
all the coffee he drank got some all wired up, and he just he don't know his own strength. He just throws his arms everywhere, and shit gets knocked over. People get knocked out.
He's
There's
just so,
deaths. You name it, it's happened.
Ray's
True
just so
story.
excited for his coffee and donut show that basically he wasted a little coffee guy, out. He just couldn't hold himself in. But this is, guys, this show on Saturday is going to be one awesome show. He can't even control himself.
Why you shaking your head no every time you talk?
Hey, you're not supposed to see that. You're not supposed to see that.
I don't know what's going on. But
Get back to the topic. What were you saying again, Rocky? For my
Tattoo
coffee
aftercare.
Yeah, there
Tattoo
you go.
aftercare.
There you go.
Where was I? Dial antibacterial soap. Yeah. Wash your hands first, then in warm to hot water, you wash the tattoo with antibacterial soap. You don't want to use anything abrasive on it. Just use your hand, kind of rub it a little bit. Then you rinse it off.
I do that every day.
Yeah, there you go. You take a shower. You rinse it off. Then you get a paper towel, pat dry it a bit, and let it air dry. And then apply a really, really thin coat of the Aquaphor on there. And you kind of repeat that process 2 to 3 times a day. It's important when you shower, though, you take the antibacterial soap into the shower with you. You shouldn't use any bar soap. Yeah, you shouldn't use any bar soap. Yeah, that stuff it's just sitting there collecting bacteria, so it might get infected. The chances of it getting infected are higher.
So what's an infection look like?
They get pretty bad, man.
Yeah.
They can keloid. They can. It can get pretty bad.
Okay.
Everybody just Google tattoo infections, and you'll see a bunch of crazy shit.
When you're done getting tattooed and your tattoo is fully healed, shouldn't it be smooth?
Yes,
It should feel like it's your skin, right?
it should. It just sometimes it happens to where because you're causing trauma to the skin, you're stabbing the skin, so you never really truly know how it's going to react at the end. So there might be some areas that are flat, there might be some areas that are a bit raised, but typically yes, you want the tattoo to be completely flat on the skin, And I have some that are
that
you
are
know,
raised
that
a
are
little
raised
bit.
up. They're
Yeah.
more like a scar than anything.
Because my uncle got a tattoo at a mall. Many places, yeah.
Down
I
east.
don't- I think so. And hey, we got somebody take a picture. Hey, what's up? Hey, yeah. Hi. Oh, right on. Badass. We're recording for our podcast. Yeah. Yeah. We got somebody chiming in over there. That's awesome. Ooh.
Yeah, they get pretty bad.
Yeah. It's an infection.
You can show this in the camera if you want.
Let me see if it comes in, Jose. Close your eyes. Okay. Closer. There you go. Yeah, that's an infection. That's real
Yeah,
deal.
you definitely want to try to avoid that.
Yeah, no infections. Don't do that. Take care of your tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, take care of your tats. I have an uncle who got a tattoo at a mall, and his entire tattoo was raised, like the whole thing. Because I'm showing him my work, but it's like chunky, like it is.
I've heard people say that you know, black people's skin, keloids a bit. It's more prone to keloiding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I've definitely heard, you know, artists say that before.
Yeah, it's like a. Okay, so where your tattoo is, it feels raised. It's not smooth.
Yeah,
you feel
it's
like
pretty-
you feel like a lump, like a
Yeah,
big
but
lump.
a keloid is like
Yeah,
a
almost
big,
like that.
you know, like a big lump. Yeah.
What's that? You went too deep or what?
I don't know. It for some reason, like I said, I've heard, you know, them say that it happens more to black people.
Yeah.
You know.
I wasn't
So yeah, we're prone as black folk. We're prone to keloids, so
Prone
be
to
careful with
keloid,
our
right.
skin. Be careful with your skin.
Yeah.
What was I gonna ask? I had another tattoo question for you. I was trying to figure it out. So have you? God damn it! I forgot what I was gonna say.
I have. I probably
You have done that. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally did that.
Yeah.
Killed it. You know.
About the history of tattoos at all? Or?
You know, I've not pretty much from what I've seen on like the History Channel and stuff. You know,
'Cause-
there was a really good show where this one guy went around and he was just researching a lot of different ancient ways to tattoo, and there's so many different ways. I know you've seen the you know, the drum or the hammer. There's I think it's tabori where they stab. In like Thailand, they do it the same way. It's just like hand picked. There's even you can even sew a tattoo into the person's skin.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you tattoo it beforehand and
Yep.
then you sew it.
And well, you pretty much get a needle the same way you would sew, and a piece of string. You dip the string in the ink and you run it through the
So you
skin.
got like an
and that-
embroidered arm.
pretty much
That actually
embroidered
sounds
tattoo.
kind of cool, but like
There's been so many different ways that people have done it throughout history, like, you know, bone, like thorns and stuff like that from plants and stuff. People have done crazy stuff to tattoo.
Do you know of any of the techniques of like prison tattooing?
You know, I've heard about them. I've never made my own machine or anything like that, but I do know that they'll use maybe like a Walkman battery or something like that, because it's a rotary, it spins. So that's, you know, we have rotary machines, you know, we have coil machines and rotary machines. So and they'll do like staples or guitar string, and I've even heard like people burning newspaper and then soaking it in urine.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
And then it creates the ink. I don't really know too much about it, but yeah. And you'll see some pretty legit like work come out of prison. Like,
Hey, man, I've seen some of the best tattooing was from prison. Can you imagine how long it took them to like hand pick that shit? Like, and it comes out like perfect. Like, I can't even imagine like having that much time.
in that same show I was telling you about, they did a little section on prison tattoos, and I mean, some of them look real jacked up, you know. And then,
Yeah.
but there were other ones that were like, man, this guy did that in prison. Like, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yo, on
Yeah.
that same kind of thing, is there anything like, what do you do if, like, let's say, like, somebody comes in and wants a tattoo, and like, you know that means something, like I know like the prison tattoos, like
You mean like a gang tattoo,
or a
maybe?
gang tattoo or something?
I would personally try to stay away from that, man. Like, I know like tattooing stars, you know, it's a tango blast thing, you know. You know, I'm not really part of that life. I'd rather just kind of stay out of it. So I don't know how they take it. But I'd just be like, I'm not really down with that, so I can't do that for
Have
you.
you tattooed something you really weren't comfortable with, like on somebody's body? Like,
Man,
like you
I
tattooed
did.
an ass or something? Or like,
Well, no,
Like,
but
you just
I've tattooed
somebody's ass?
a girl's. I've tattooed a guy's ass and a girl's ass.
What'd you tattooed on the dude's ass?
I tattooed a Washington Sentinels W,
Oh,
which basically looks like the Walgreens W. It's the exact same W.
He got
It was
Walgreens
weird.
ass.
He was pretty. He wasn't drunk, but you could tell he'd been drinking.
Yeah.
But he knew what he was getting. He wasn't like incoherent or whatever.
Do you turn people away like that?
Yeah, you can.
You have
I
to-
go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Do you have to watch out for that? Like if they're too drunk?
You do. You do. If they're too drunk, it's more of just I don't want to deal with the drunk. Like they don't sit well. They're they start sweating and they're moving, and it just doesn't work for me.
And you don't? Is it like an ethical thing too? Like
Yeah, I mean-
you want to make sure they're in the right mind when they choose.
I
to
would
get that
I would say so. I don't.
To rape somebody.
I know. There's a lot of people who won't tattoo like people's hands or people's faces, and I don't really
Yeah.
think that I should be somebody's ethical
Yeah, when it
conscience or
come-
something
yeah,
like that. When it comes to
that.
something like that, if that's what you want and you're willing to put that on your body, then hey,
Right.
go for it. But I wouldn't do it to like a drunk person who's like stumbling.
It's like, I want this on my face.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That's
So-
crazy, man.
But when you were talking about something that made me a bit uncomfortable, I
Yeah.
was tattooing. We were over here at our private studio, and I was tattooing this. He's a war veteran. He has PTSD. So when he walked in, you could tell there was something off about him. He couldn't stop shaking, like his
Right.
face would shake a lot. But with the whole, and I don't want to get political, but
Right.
he basically wanted me to get to do it was like a old Knights Templar type soldier,
yeah,
and he wanted a burning mosque behind the thing, like a mosque burning. And I
Yeah.
was like, I don't, like I said, I'm not gonna get political, but I don't have the same views that he has.
right.
And I did ask him like, why, do you really believe this so strongly? Because it was a very anti-Muslim type
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man, these people killed my friends, and I can see where
Where
some
he
of his
came
hatred
from,
come
yeah.
from. But that situation did make me uncomfortable at first. But through talking to him, like you kind of get an understanding, and I can empathize, I
Yeah.
guess. So
And how he
while I
felt.
may not necessarily, I actually didn't do the burning.
Mhm.
I put a mosque behind it, but I was like, I'm not gonna do it burning.
Yeah.
It's just something I don't believe in. If
Right.
you want to go get that done somewhere else
That's
later
totally
and somebody will do
cool,
it for
but
you,
I
that's
would,
cool. And he was cool about it, man. He didn't, trip on me. But that situation was a bit,
What if
tense.
you never got it burning and now you just have a mosque on them?
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
You know?
I know, that goes
know?
back to, but
It goes back to what I say. Like, it's not an ethical thing. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I didn't feel comfortable doing that.
right.
So, but I do feel comfortable enough sitting with him and talking to him, trying to
Yeah.
get to know where he's coming from.
Have you heard some pretty gnarly tattoo stories and why people are getting their done?
Uh,
And did that just become a thing because of like Miami Ink and all those shows? Well, you get your
it
tattoo.
probably influenced it a
'Cause
lot.
I know
yeah.
I thought that's how it worked. Like I went to Elm Street, get my first tattoo, and I was waiting on the guy to ask me why I was getting it,
And he just
and I'm
did
like,
it, huh?
hell yeah, and he was just like,
You went home and wrote the story down on a piece of paper.
Yeah. And I was like, oh man, he didn't even ask me why. I thought that's how it worked. He didn't give a fuck about what. He didn't care about
And it goes back to like the customer service type thing. Like I like talking to my clients. I'm just a people person. I like talking to people. I like getting to know people.
Right.
It breaks down like walls or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's a real, private.
It's a
kinda
personal thing. It gets
thing,
personal.
yeah.
I've had plenty of clients that are like this. I did this one tattoo of a soldier on this guy's. It wasn't even a soldier. It was like a sniper because he's
Right.
a hunter or something
Right.
like that. And he was going through some shit, man. He caught his wife cheating, divorced. They were trying to work it out, and caught her cheating again. And
Damn.
so at the end, like he didn't even thank me for the tattoo. He thanked me for
Just for
talking to him. He was like, "Thanks, man. I mean, I actually feel like I feel better. Like
That's
I came in here
dope,
feeling
man.
a little bad, and now I feel better."
listening.
I think that's pretty cool. Like, you can kind of connect with people.
Sometimes I feel like tattoos are therapeutic too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that whole
yeah.
pain and the release.
It's a way of a release.
Yeah.
Release.
I heard Penn and Teller do it in their own blood just so that it will heal up and they can do it again because they just like the experience of it.
Oh, that's crazy. Like water lines and stuff.
I guess they just use their own blood to tattoo it so it like comes out all red. I think so. It's what I heard. I haven't read it somewhere. I heard it from my brother.
Pretty interesting.
It's really interesting, and I wouldn't put it past them. They're like some pretty interesting dudes.
I love tattooing people, man. I love talking to people, like I said.
Yeah.
So
Did anybody have a kind of a wild reason to get something like you thought was like, oh shit? Besides the Muslim,
besides the mosque,
the mosque thing.
not really, man. You just hear a lot of interesting stories. Family stories, reasons why they're getting the tattoo. I had one lady come in. She had like a stillbirth or something like that, but she had to carry the baby in her belly for like a couple weeks before they could remove it or something.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty crazy story.
Yeah.
Like,
That's wild.
gotta suck. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was the same thing. Like she literally felt better afterwards. It was like, kind of putting it behind her. So it's good.
Tattoo like a memorial to the baby.
Yeah, we do a lot of memorial tattoos, rest in peace type stuff.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man. Have you ever gotten emotional from a tattoo story? Like as you were tattooing them, like you just in there like, oh shit.
No.
All right, hold up. Yeah.
No. There was one time, it was like right at the beginning, and it was me. I was tattooing in one of the booths, and then we had another artist, and then my boss, who was my mentor at the time, was tattooing in the third booth.
Right.
And I'm sitting there tattooing, and I look up, and I'm like, shit, I'm like in a shop, like I'm here, like this is actually happening. This isn't like a dream. It's still a dream, but it's like you finally kind of reached a certain goal.
Right.
And it was a pretty cool moment. I did get a little.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna take a break.
Yeah,
my allergies are.
Go outside.
Damn, somebody left the door open. Like, pollen is getting in here. But it was a cool moment, man.
That's
very cool.
awesome, man.
Stands out,
Yeah, that's fucking cool. Like, I love tattoos. Also, I think it's like decorating your temple pretty much, like whatever you want. Like even if it's something like really stupid, but you think it's just awesome.
And that's the thing, going back to like how you said, like everybody wants to tell a story with a tattoo. They don't have to mean something all the time. My buddy Steven has like Hello Kitty dressed in a pig suit on his.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
what could that possibly mean? What could that possibly mean? He has like a chicken and waffles tattoo on his inner lip, like and watermelon, like a piece of watermelon, a fried chicken, and then some waffles.
Yeah,
it's just funny stuff. It doesn't have to mean anything either.
I love it because it's like when you get old, you're gonna have to explain that to somebody. Like
True.
them grandkids gonna be like, "What you got that chicken and waffles tattoo on your upper lip for?" I always like the taste of it. Yeah, I always taste it.
Well, no, his thing is that he's black. And he's that's his thing.
Yeah.
That's it's crazy.
Yeah,
that's the type of guy he is.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Which brings me to our next topic. We'll move along. It was what were we talking about? Was it bad decisions? Tattoo can be a bad decision if you like the whole drunken thing, but like something that you've done like that you thought was a good idea at the time, but really turned out like super bad. Like that one time I jumped the fence when I was 10 because I thought it was gonna be dope because I saw all my other friends do it, and I got hung up over the fence and it like tore into my wrist. That was some real shit. Yeah, it sucked so bad. I didn't even go to the doctor. It like left a big ass fucking hole in my fucking wrist. I didn't even go to the doctor for it. I just put a little gauze over it. It was all right. Nope. Real. I'm still here. Yeah. But yeah, y'all ain't did anything like fucked up that you regretted.
I had a situation like in middle school, like I thought, African Americans, I thought we was like naturally gifted athletes. So, I figured whatever sport we play, we're gonna dominate because that's just how we roll. Because that's how we roll. So it was like one day it was raining outside, so we couldn't play basketball, so I couldn't get on the hoop. So we had to play volleyball inside on, and inside on the basketball court. They put the little volleyball thing up in there. And it went back a little bit. I thought I could just kind of do like the Michael Jordan thing, like slam dunk the ball back up in the air over the net. So I jumped up like probably I would say a good 7-8 feet because I got a little up.
That's where you went wrong. You confused it for the wrong sport.
Yeah, but I did pretty good though.
Dropped the mic.
But I planned my execution upward was going was perfect, but my execution downward was not so great. So I fell. I came right to the ground and I broke my arm. Literally, I went straight up and I came straight down, arm, and then my body fell on top of my arm. So I had to get it. I don't want to tell anybody that I had to go to the hospital and get a cast. So I had was like summertime, so it was like 90 degrees. So I went and bought me a blue jacket that I wore through the whole time, so I could kind of hide that I broke my arm playing volleyball. Because there's no way you can explain that to anybody. It was like, remember that time you was playing volleyball, you fell down? Like, yeah, you came back down and was like, what happened? Are you okay? It look like you should go to the hospital after. Like, nah, it's good. It was nothing, man. Like I recovered like nothing. But I was in class like, why you wearing a jacket and it's like 78 degrees?
Like they didn't notice that one arm was like really, really big.
No, because I kept it in my jacket the whole time, so nobody noticed until I guess got almost like it got worse because then I actually had to go to I passed out.
Oh, so you didn't have a cast on your?
No, I had a cast, but I had my jacket over the cast.
Oh, okay.
So I passed out one time, so I had to go to the hospital, and they found out like, oh, why are you wearing a jacket? And it's like what 100 some degrees.
Oh shit!
Because you were wearing the jacket.
I passed out because I was
wearing a jacket
because I worked. Yeah, so that was an embarrassing time. And then finally I took out the jacket. Like, dang, you actually.
Which part was more embarrassing? You like passing out because you wore a jacket, or because you broke your arm? Like,
I think the most embarrassing part was probably when I broke my arm. Because the next day, I was like, everybody was asking what happened. Like, no, I'm good. No, I just went to the hospital. They said it was straight. Like, it's just going to heal itself. Trying to play it off, but it was like, it was not cool at all.
Like, what kind of fucking jacket was this? That you couldn't notice that you have a cast on? Like,
it's like one of those sweat jackets. Like, and you can put it over. And you can sit the jacket because they are expandable. So you can expand around the windbreaker because they're expandable here. So I can expand it around the whole cast. So nobody would ever know it was there.
I would think you'd still see it.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not notice that there's a big ass?
It was pretty baggy, but when people ask questions, like, yeah, I'm always cold, so I always wear jackets. I'm cold. Like,
that was one of those things that you probably thought that you were like tricking people, but people were like, this was stupid. I could clearly see that he broke his arm.
But I tried to play out as long as him, but finally, people found out it was just like one of those situations where it was like, dang, you really did a number on yourself. And I never played volleyball after ever since. So anytime somebody's going to play volleyball, like, fuck volleyball.
Volleyball.
No volleyball for me.
Yeah, man. Well, I guess the one story that I guess I do regret was mine involved breaking a bone as well, but it was because I got upset and I punched the wall, and I ended up breaking my hand. And
well, it's not cool. The same thing.
Yeah. There we go.
What happened?
Man, we're having a hard time with my girl when we yeah. You see how it happens. Women be making us mad.
The moment you hit the wall.
Nah, it was during the time that I think we just had my first daughter, and we were going through some hard times. I wasn't able to see my daughter, and I got fucking mad, and I punched the siding on the side of a house, but little did I know that the siding behind the siding was brick. You know what I'm saying? And so I punched that motherfucking siding, and all I heard was a pop, and like it didn't hurt, like because I was mad at the time. And when I started driving, I heard it, but I didn't think it was anything. And so I was driving, and all of a sudden, like I guess my temper went down, and all the adrenaline, and then all of a sudden I felt this nasty ass pain in my hand, and man, it started hurting bad. I was like, fuck. And then I could tell that it was starting to get swollen, but I still wasn't sure that it was broken. I just thought I hurt myself. And then I went home, I took a nap, and I woke up, and man, I couldn't take the pain, man. It was excruciating. It hurt a lot. And so what I did was I just kind of like put ice on it, and then I went to work that night and pretended that I broke it at work and had workers' comp pay for it. So hey, yeah, so they think I broke it at work, unless they see this, which I don't know.
I can't do anything now.
But yeah, that shit hurt.
Oh, Ray,
Never a good idea to punch a wall.
We know we have.
yeah.
I
know.
have tons of bad
But
decisions.
we know the one that we're talking about, like in general, that what happened.
Well, actually, all my bad decisions are on the same level, but we're gonna avoid the ones involving women. So I'll give everyone the choice here. There's the one where I broke both my arms.
That's the one.
There's
Yeah, I
the one
wanna
where
hear
I
that one.
dislocated my knee, and then there's the one that I pulled on every single muscle in my back.
We're talking about
Nah.
both arms.
I want to say
Broken
both.
arms?
How do you go through life with 2 broken arms?
I feel like you're doing like this double punch thing. Like one of these.
A double punch.
Well, the actual bad decision of this, I don't regret saving the dog, but I'll tell you when the bad decision happens. And this story begins with me and Ray, the co-pilot on this journey.
Man, a lot of bad shit happens with Rays around, man.
It's actually, that's one of the weird things about my family is our pain tolerance. Is we pretty much have my brother. He apparently went to the doctor. For weeks he was like constipated or some shit, right? And he was just like, they finally took him to the doctor and they went, we need to get him to ER right now. And they're like, why? He's like, his appendix is about to burst. Yeah. We find out that was supposed to be really painful. And we're just like,
Which it is. I know that shit hurts.
So the fact is, we seem to have a tendency just to walk off pain. But so I've had a lot of bad decisions, a lot of painful decisions. But this one decision, we were coming back from Aurelio, in case he's watching. You know, Aurelio's birthday party. It was what, 3:00 at night?
Yeah, I think it was about 3, and we were playing this game called Waterfall. But we weren't playing Waterfall. Well, there's some shit that I think he made up, but it's like beer pong, but with tequila shots.
He was the one playing. I was the one just watching.
No, you were playing too because you were drinking.
I drank like 2 shots.
No, you drank like more than that. We were both drinking.
I was not drunk.
You were drunk, but you drank a lot.
I was.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I know myself, and I never drive.
Yeah.
I never drive when I'm drunk.
We got a question? Oh, okay. My bad. I was just trying to figure out what was going on. Okay. So yeah, we had been drinking, playing the game Waterfall. You throw the ping pong ball. If somebody makes it, you can make somebody else drink it, or you drink it yourself. Like you can drink one, or you can make somebody else drink 2. So this is just a big tower of tequila shots, and you just going. Pretty much.
This actually doesn't really have anything to do with the story, though.
He was drinking.
It has more to do with Ray's side of the story.
I know, he was excited he was drinking.
Well, we were driving over. What's that bridge called? It's the one that leads from Oak Cliff to pretty much downtown and kind of curves around. It looks like a little highway.
Other people are other way down.
Well, we were driving across and we see this like long-haired chihuahua running across it, and we're like, oh shit. Like it's 3:00 at night. People are probably going 90 down this highway. They're not going to see this little tiny thing. So we get out of the car and try to save it. Make this part shorter. We end up like this other guy tries to help us. We end up trying to corner him. I try chasing him back down the ramp. I'm wearing boots. I'm wearing Doc Martens boots. You cannot run in those things. And I'm going full speed. Next thing I know, my legs are no longer underneath me. And I slammed like against the ground. Ray says,
"You ever hear meat slamming down on a chopping board?" That's exactly how it sounded. It was like whack. And we were with this other dude was across the street trying to help us on the highway with the dog, and all I could see his facial expression was like, "Ooh." That's how it looked, because I was laughing my ass off. Because I thought it was funny as fuck. And then he was just like, "Ooh," and then he got in his car and drove off.
he asked if I was okay.
Yeah, he did,
Ray's
right?
like,
Yeah,
he's good. So I'm leaning against the bridge, and I believe that concrete is harder somehow. I don't know, but so I can barely move my arms. Ray's like, "We'll just walk it off in Deep Ellum." So Ray drives me to Deep Ellum. We wait a few hours. He's like, "How you doing, Kornfeld?" I'm like, "Nope." So I can't even buckle my own seatbelt at this point.
Yeah.
So it's probably like 4 or 5 in the morning when
we were just like,
go back to your house, and Ray, I'm in shock. Ray's a little drunk.
I wasn't like drunk.
My mom still wants to kill you, Ray.
Hey, it wasn't my fault. Decisions.
But here is the dumb part. because I don't regret trying to save the Chihuahua, because if I didn't save the Chihuahua, I might not have like ended up dating Grizzle.
Right.
So there's happy consequences. But the dumb part is I drive home all the way to Cedar Hill from East Dallas with 2 broken arms.
Didn't know the arms were broken.
Didn't know the arms were broken. I was in shock, and I'm just going to, if I do this, I can turn the wheel. And Ray sees me try to buckle my seatbelt. I'm like, because I couldn't even get Ray to help me buckle the seatbelt. He's like, you're good. You got it, bro. So I drive as I'm like starting to turn onto the highway from Ray's house, I feel myself start to black out. I just felt myself go, and everything went black for a second, and then I snapped myself out of it, realized I'm going into shock, but I just kept going. And when I finally get back to my house, the scary part was like there's a bunch of high school students following me to my house. So the whole time I'm thinking, they like, I guess a party just broke up. The cops showed up, so they're all roaming the neighborhood. They see my car pull in front of them, and I park, of course, in front of my house, and they all just park behind me, thinking I'm with them.
Yeah.
They see me get out of the car, go. We had a guy.
T-Rex arms.
We had a guy living with us at the moment, and I'm struggling to open the door. This motherfucker did not open the door for me. He, in fact, the next morning, he was cussing at me for waking him up. But when my mom found me at the medicine cabinet trying to open like aspirin or something with my teeth, she just took one look at me and went,
"You're in shock."
Fucking Ray.
Wasn't my fault.
I went,
not my fault.
Oh, it. Ow. Ow. But yeah, went to the doctor next day. They told me broke both my arms.
Yeah, legitimately.
Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
You called me the no.
Nope.
That was a different story.
Yeah.
That was a different story. But we ended up calling me like the noble cripple or something.
So I don't know. It reminded me of that Something About Mary movie where the dog jumped out of the window and he heard it. Yeah. So Kornfeld was doing like the permanent robot. Like he was like,
man, I didn't get to shower for like
it was fucked up about it because like his own brother would not shower him. Like he was like, yeah,
my
fuck you.
Offered, I went, no. I've had some female friends offer, but they never had the time.
Yeah.
I ended up just struggling trying to do it. I wish I shower.
He didn't ask. Yeah. I was like, I ain't gonna look at your dick, bro. Just...
One moment I wanted a girlfriend for legit, like, useful reason other than an emotional thing. I'm like, why can't I have a girlfriend at this point?
Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah.
I think I got started dating Rizzo like a few months later.
Yeah, after your arms are already healed.
Side story about that is when I drove Rizzo from the first Wasted show, I drove her to the train station. This is when we were first getting interested in each other. She asked, like, why do people call you, like, keep talking about your arms and stuff? I'm like, oh, because I broke both my arms trying to save a chihuahua. She's like, I've eaten dog before. And I was just like,
it's fucked up, right?
And that's when it started.
Yeah.
I was just like,
It was love at first sight for him.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? She don't give a fuck. I like that. That's fucked up.
That's fucked up. I gotta.
She's from a foreign country, people, so don't get angry.
Yeah, she's Filipino.
It's different.
Yeah.
They breed dogs to eat them, apparently. There. It's weird.
Yeah, they do.
It's
Do
crazy.
it with cows, Indians aren't Indians. Wrap it up.
Well, they're not here to wrap it up. I'm gonna go ahead and give a quick one then. Rock, do you have one? Do you have all right, here you go.
Mine involves women as well. So I just got a job, the first time I had a paycheck, my mom's like, don't waste your money because I'm going to charge you rent. I was like, all right, sure, cool. I went to the strip club and ended up dropping like $800 or $900 in a night, and they're with my rent. Yeah. Last time I balled like that.
Damn.
I think P. Diddy was really big at the time. I thought it was like P. Diddy or something.
So wait, so it was just on like lap dances? Like...
No, I bought a bottle of like champagne.
Oh, so
I think it was Cristal or something.
Oh, you were balling out.
Balled it.
Did you make it rain on somebody?
No, it was more lap dances. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Lap dances in Cristal.
Was it good?
I can't say I fully regret it.
Was
I had
the
a good
crystal
time.
tasty?
Oh yeah.
It wasn't that good, I'm not a big champagne
That
drinker.
was like caviar, like more expensive. But
No, my palate's different.
Yeah, I
now.
always wondered. I got a quick one. It involved like a sports thing. Like I was at a park, where at an elementary school I used to go to, but I was like 19. Oh, not 19, but like 17. So me and my friends are going to play basketball on this like 10-foot goal. I can dunk on this goal, so I'm just like every time. So, but this particular day, I guess somebody had a drunken night outside, and they broke beer bottles all on the ground. And I was like, damn, there's glass all over the fucking ground and shit. So we're like, we got to play another goal. And I was like, well, fuck it, for shits and giggles, I'm just going to dunk on this motherfucker over glass because this is fucking dope. You know, I don't give a fuck. I'm
Dunk challenge.
I'm going to dunk on this motherfucker. So I back at the free throw line, running, hauling ass. I'm just like, ah! So I didn't quite clear the top of the rim. Like I didn't, because usually I don't have to jump that high to get it. So, you know, I'm like, and jump my normal height, but, you know, gravity pulled me down some, and I hit the rim with the ball, and it was like, and it jerked me so fucking hard back the other way that my body had flipped. So I'm coming down into the fucking glass. I get up, I got shards all in my arms and shit, on my back, and my friends are just laughing like, you fucking dumbass. You knew that shit was down there.
Sounds familiar. Friends laughing at you when you're hurt. Right?
Yeah.
I think Shaq did that one time,
Yeah,
but he actually broke.
Yeah, he broke the thing.
Yeah.
See, well,
Yeah.
I was trying to be Shaq, but it didn't quite work out so well. It was brutal, but it was still cool. I don't regret it, man. I don't
Too much
regret it.
Shaq food, huh?
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
much
But,
Shaq food.
I had that game too on Super Nintendo. Shit was crazy. Well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, y'all. This is our segment over at Cafe Brazil. I want to thank Brother Rocky Mendez for coming out. Check
Hey,
him out
thanks
over
for
there.
having me, guys.
Yeah,
I
for
appreciate
sure.
it.
Check him out over there. Gold Dust Tattoo over on Greenville, Lower Greenville Avenue.
Yeah. Can I give my Instagram?
Yeah, go ahead. Drop it.
It's at my idiot heart. It's my_idiot_hearts. So.
Yo, like his stuff. He's got some dope
A lot of art, a lot
art.
of tattoos,
Mhm.
and the naked chick here and there.
Naked chick here and there. Some boobies. If you like
Tattoos and
boobies,
boobs. Tattoos
you
and
like
boobs.
tattoos and boobs, you gonna make it happen. All right, y'all. Y'all want to call it out?
This is Kenny K.
Astra Brace signing out. Let them know.
What's up, Artist DIY? Catch me on Instagram at Artist DIY. Oh yeah, man, come check it out. I just did a mural out here in Deep Ellum on Crowdis. Yeah, y'all. If y'all come through, take some pictures, tag me on Instagram, or just hashtag Artist DIY.
Oh yeah, one more time. We're gonna drop it one more time. Check out Coffee and Donuts, y'all. It is this Saturday, October 10th, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Free coffee and donuts. Check that out. Check out the promo video on YouTube. It is under our basement page.
That is dope.
It's amazing. It's donuts and chicks and me, and we're throwing it all in slow motion.
Man, you are living the dream.
I am there.
You-
Donuts and
I
girls
want to grow up to be you.
and
So-
milk. No, not in that one. Yeah. But yeah, y'all check it out. Like and share that video too, and like and share our podcast. And we'll see y'all next Monday. Subscribe. This is Stargate 459er. This is episode 15. Signing out. Peace be the journey, y'all.
Peace.
Was that Shatner?
I always do it backwards.